Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at just one piece of hardware. It's a compact video distribution box. And we're trying to figure out why its specs and, well, its whole supply chain story make it kind of a specialized, maybe even high-stakes piece of equipment.
Yeah, our mission is to go beyond just what it does. This Shinybow SB-3706BNC. It's a 1x8 BNC distribution amplifier. We want to understand its technical role, but also the context around it, the compliance stuff, the vendor side.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Fundamentally, what are we talking about? It's basically a video splitter, right? It takes one source, maybe a security camera, could be an old game console, maybe a DVD player, and it just mirrors that signal perfectly across 8 outputs, 8 screens or recorders, whatever you need.
Exactly. And it's definitely professional grade. You can tell just by the connectors. It's one input, 8 outputs, and they're all BNC.
BNC, right. Not the usual RCA plugs you see on home stereos.
No, definitely not. BNC is, it's a locking connector. It twists and locks.
Ah, okay. So much more secure. Much more. Guarantees signal stability. And critically, it uses the 75 ohms, 1 volt peak-to-peak standard.
Which means
it'll work with pretty much any professional analog video system out there. Compatibility is key.
And the performance. This is where it gets interesting. It feels like this isn't just consumer stuff.
No way.
It's built for reliability, talks about supporting clean video over cable runs.
Yeah.
Get this, up to 200 feet?
Yeah, 200 feet is quite a distance for analog video.
How does it even manage that?
Well, that's because they've built in a buffered input and actively amplified outputs.
Okay, so it cleans up the input signal first, and then boosts the output signals to fight that loss over the long cable.
Precisely. It's all about keeping that signal strong and clean every step of the way. But what really jumps out at me looking at the specs is the bandwidth.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
They list video bandwidth at 110 megahertz and the video amplifier bandwidth at 250 megahertz.
Wait, 250 megahertz? For composite video? Isn't standard composite like that?
Barely 6 megahertz, yeah.
So, why? Why the massive overkill?
Doesn't it?
What does that tell us? I mean, 250 megahertz feels totally unnecessary unless you are absolutely obsessed with signal purity. Or maybe future-proofing.
It signals absolute redundancy, I think. It screams mission critical.
Right. Yeah. Environments where any signal glitch, any degradation is just not acceptable.
Exactly. It's built to last, handle PAL, NTSC, doesn't matter. It's designed to basically eliminate noise, even if the place it's installed is electrically noisy or challenging. The specs are just shouting, "We are premium!"
Okay, so premium specs often mean a premium supply chain, right?
Yeah.
And this is where it pivots a bit. This amplifier is flagged over and over again. TAA compliant. Why is that so emphasized?
Ah, TAA. That's the Trade Agreements Act.
Okay.
Basically, for the U.S. government to buy tech hardware, it often needs to be TAA compliant. That means it has to be made or substantially transformed in the U.S. or certain designated countries.
It's not made in.
And specifically not made in certain other countries, like China, for example. So being TAA compliant opens the door to potentially huge government contracts. It really narrows the field.
And that feeds right into the vendor situation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's sold by HDTV Supply.com. And they make a big deal about being a platinum authorized reseller. They even mention a CEO to CEO relationship with Shinybow going back to 2002.
Yeah, that's not typical reseller language. It points to a very tight, controlled relationship, trust, specialized support.
It's like a dedicated pipeline almost, not just a store shelf.
And that control, you see it in the pricing and support. The MSRP is listed around $400.
Okay.
But it's selling for about $304 today. Which sounds okay, but then the availability usually ships in 6 to 8 weeks.
Weeks, wow. So you pay over $300 and then you wait potentially 2 months.
That's the reality sometimes with these specialized compliant hardware supply chains. It's not mass market speed.
But what do you get for that wait and that price? They list a 3-year Shinybow warranty.
Which is pretty good.
And this seems key. Free HDTV supply, US-based live telephone lifetime tech support.
Lifetime support, yeah. And US-based.
That focus really tells you who they expect the customer to be, right? Someone who needs ongoing help for critical systems, potentially for years. They're not selling to impulse buyers.
Absolutely not. It's for installations where uptime and long-term reliability are paramount. So let's kind of wrap this up. What we've seen is it's a 1-inch 8-out BNC amplifier. Pretty straightforward function, but it's defined by these, well, extreme specs, that 200-foot range, the huge bandwidth, and just as much by this highly controlled, specialized supply chain driven by compliance needs like TAA.
Yeah, the high specs meet these high geopolitical requirements. It's a product shaped by both engineering and, well, policy. Absolutely. So here's something to think about. Considering that intense focus on TAA compliance, that may be overkill 250 megahertz bandwidth, and offering lifetime US-based tech support, what does that really tell you about how this gear is typically used? And maybe how long it's expected to last in the field? Something to mull over until our next deep dive.